Okay, we'll start off this haul with another new micro drone. Here's from Gearbest, the Happy Model Toad 90. This is the Fly Sky version. Another micro racer. So I got some instructions here. Pretty basic setup. I think that there's like these new micros that are coming out. They're sort of geared towards the entry level and sort of lower cost. I think this is about $100. So it's good to see we're seeing some lower cost options. We got some spare props here and some some screws for the props. And we got a battery here. This is a 7.4 volt 450 milliamp hour with a JST. It says it's rated for ADC. And this looks a lot like the Eachine pack that comes with the Aurora 100. And you'll get one battery. It's nice it comes with a battery. I think this will be a good one. Screwdriver and Allen wrench. They do include some prop guards for indoor flight if you want to fly inside. Got some Velcro and for the battery and some rubber bands. And they include a Velcro strap already attached to the drone. This looks a little bit like the Lantian 90 frame. If you look at the shape of it, very similar. The top is different. The top definitely looks totally different. I believe these are 1.9 inch props, by the way. And we got some 1104 7500 kV motors. That's pretty standard. Because it's a lower cost model, we got the all-in-one camera. We got the this is the HC48D. So this is the one with the OSD connections. You see we have a connector here for the OSD. And this looks a lot like the original stack from the Eachine Aurora 100. It's got the plug-in for the camera. And we're back to a circular polarized antenna here. You can see it's already been smashed. It's been bent forward and that's been bent. So this is pretty normal for these kind of antennas. Probably going to have to replace that. It might already be broken. I'll have to see what the reception's like. JST connector here. Comes with a receiver. Here's the receiver antenna. And that's the third board there. So this is definitely a lot like the Eachine Aurora 100. You got your 4-in-1 AC, 10 amps, you got your Omnibus F3 flight controller, and then you got your receiver board there. Very, very similar to the Aurora 100. Of course, that frame was totally flawed. Had the cutouts in the arms, and this one does not. And I think this comes in at a cheaper price point than what the original Aurora 100 did, so looks like a much thicker bottom plate as well. So pretty similar to the Aurora 100, but I think it's going to be probably a better flyer, more durable. And I think it costs less too, so I'll do a review on this pretty soon, so stay tuned. Okay, got another new FPV camera from Foxeer. This is the new Predator, I believe. And this is supposed to be a 1000 TV line camera with super wide dynamic range. We've got a pretty wide angle lens here. This is a 1.8mm lens. It should have a really wide field of view. And I believe this one has an OSD. This is still pre-production, I believe. It's not finalized yet, so I'm not sure when this is coming out, but I heard it's coming out later in the month, in November. It looks like it's sort of mini style with the adapter here for the full size. And it comes with the typical accessories. You got your OSD joystick for changing your settings, and you got a little mount here along with some screws and nuts and washers. Okay, we got a bunch of goodies here from Gemfan, and start off here, we've got some 5042 tri-blade props here. It's probably good for some high kV motors. And I think here's another one here. This is a 5152S. So this is a new version of the 5152. Supposedly it's stronger, and I'm going to actually do a review on this one at some point pretty soon compared to the old version. I got some 2040 Hulkies. I'm going to do some more videos on this and compare it to the Gemfan 2035s. And they sent me some more of these 1940s. So these are good for the frames that can't take 2-inch props. I found that these are pretty good. Okay, so I got some stuff from JJRC. Got some antennas, and this is a Bandicoot. This is actually designed for the micros with the linear patch antennas or the linear whip antennas, which I fly a lot. And so this is supposed to give better reception for that. I'm going to be testing this out, and I just wanted to thank Neil over at NJ Tech, who hooked me up with Greg over at JJRC, and got me in contact with them to test out this antenna. And he was Greg was kind enough to send me some additional stuff. I wasn't expecting this, but I don't even know what this is. Looks like some coax cable. I have no idea what this is. Maybe some sort of measurement tool. I guess you can. This is for the antennas. I'll take a look at this later. Oh, it has instructions. Guess I'll go look at the video. And then we got an antenna pack. So I guess there's a bunch of stuff in here. And we got we got a whole bunch of stuff in here. We got this is the Invader. I think this is what Menace is actually known for. This patch antenna is supposed to be a pretty good patch antenna. So you got some adapters. Got the little ring here for tightening the little SMA connector, and we got some. I think these are Pagoda antennas, or Menace RC Pagoda antenna. I forget what this one's called. There's like a stubby, and this one is like the regular one. And they got an extension here for the patch antenna for your goggles if you want to use that. Yeah, I'll be checking this one out. I'll have a video for this later. If you guys are interested, leave me some questions regarding these products, and I'll try and incorporate those into the tests. Okay, I picked up these little O-rings from Banggood. The guys have been asking me how I soft mount some of my flight controllers, and I just use these. Sometimes I use TP printed stuff. It depends on what I have on hand, but I've been trying these out, and these seem to be working pretty good. So I'll put a link in the description for this if you guys are wondering how to soft mount your flight controllers. And then I picked up some of these King Kong 2535 props. These are the clones of the Rotorex 2535s, but they come in one piece and not two. And I think that's actually better because the Rotorex ones break at the points where the two props meet, because basically it's just a weak point. So we'll see if this is any better or worse, or for balanced or not. I have no idea. These just came out, so they look very similar to the Rotorex props. I mean, it's got the same shape and stuff. So let's see how they compare in terms of weight and in terms of efficiency and power. We'll test all those out. Probably have a video on this at some point later. Okay, so I got this new frame kit here from Nadisi on Amazon. This is the iFlight SX5 210mm frame. This is like a ultralight frame. It's got super skinny arms, but they're super thick. I believe they're 6mm thick. I believe this weighs like between 70 and 80 grams, and I'm not going to take all the little parts out here. I'll have a separate video building the frame out, but this is an interesting frame and should be something similar to like the Hyperlight Floss, for example, if you're looking for something ultralight, but maybe a little bit more durable. We'll take a look at this a little bit later. Okay, we got another toy quad here from JJRC. This is the H345, I believe. This is from Banggood, I believe, and no markings on here, but this actually comes with two drones with, I believe the batteries are not removable, so you can fly one, wait till the battery dies, and fly the other one, and has one controller. So it comes as a set, and they're foldable arms, and they're supposed to be super tiny. Let's get them out of the box here. Get a USB charger, some spare props, and some documentation on a game. And then here's the instructions for the drones themselves. And here are the two drones. Got one controller, two tiny drones. So I think these are called the JJ1 and the JJ2. They're kind of cute. They're super tiny. I think these little toy folding drones are all the rage right now. They're going to be, you know, stocking stuffers for this Christmas season. But, you know, you can see the little arms fold out. Not really sure it makes it that much smaller, but I guess you know, it does make it a little bit smaller. And I don't think this has a camera. This has a little LED in the front. You got a built-in 1S LiPo, charges in the back, you know, on-off switch. So this is just a line of sight flyer, and probably like a little tiny 6mm motors. And this is the JJ2. I think this is a little bit bigger. Yeah, pretty similar. Not sure if there's much difference between the two. Basically, you just get 2 for 1, and when you're flying one, you could be charging the other, and then when that's done charging, you fly the next one. Although I think the charging will take longer than the flying, so you might be waiting around anyway. But at least you'll have a backup to fly, or I guess if you crash one, you have another one. So it's kind of nice to have a 2-in-1 like this. Kind of interesting. Here's the controller. It has no altitude hold. You just fly regular throttle. Typical toy controller here. Nothing too unusual about this one. So yeah, I'll have a video review coming up pretty soon. Okay, got another toy drone from JJRC, and this one is called the Rocket 360. It's got these folding arms. I think it's also brushed motors, but they're geared brush. Looks like this is a little bit bigger. 360-degree aerial photography drone. Okay, got some instructions. Okay, here's what it looks like inside. It's pretty big. You can see the size of my hand here. Since it's folded up. So you get a bag with pop protectors, and you get some spare props. Get a USB charger, screwdriver. I think it's a 1S battery. Here's the controller. Pretty nice. Gimbals feel nice, but it's a toy controller still. And it looks like an on-off switch here. AA batteries in the back. You got a phone holder here, so I think it's going to have Wi-Fi FPV, and I'm not sure how this goes on. It's probably going to be something like this, I think, or like this. Yeah. And here's the drone itself, and it looks like the arms just pop up like this. Oh, it just snaps into place. Pretty simple. Alright, and yeah, it's got these geared brushed motors. The motors you can see are sideways in the arms, and there's a gear here that turns the prop. And it's a pretty big prop. You can see here probably a good 6 inches, I think. It's about a 6-inch prop. And yeah, this is interesting. On and off switch here, or yes, there's a power button somewhere. There's a power button here, some lights. I think the battery is down here. This is the battery. No, this is the camera. Okay, so this is kind of weird. So the camera is facing down like that, and then I guess you can pivot it up like this. So it's on the bottom, and all the props are on top, so that's pretty weird. So maybe it is for taking photography or video. So that's kind of interesting. And there's a little latch here for a door, and you got a really large 1000 milliamp hour. It's a 1S LiPo in here, so it should have some pretty long flight times. Anyway, this looks pretty interesting, and I'll have a video review of this coming up pretty soon, so stay tuned. Okay, so I just got a new Tyrannus in. This is the QX7S. So you guys have seen my review of the original, the QX7. It's a budget radio. And I'm going to do a video comparing the newer, the S, which is like the special edition, I guess, compared to the original. But obviously it's a lot different here. It comes in this nice case, for one. Open up the case here. You got some instructions on this side. You have a neck strap. You got a charger here, it looks like. It's the wall charger. So unfortunately, I believe the battery is, it does come with a battery, which the QX7 does not, but you still have to take the battery out to charge it, and then it comes with this external charge adapter. This plugs into the wall adapter, and then this plugs into the balance plate of the battery. I think it's a 6-cell nickel metal hydride battery, like the one that comes in the one you can get for the original QX7S, or sorry, the original QX7. This 7S comes with the gimbal protectors, and this is the carbon fiber version, not the blue one that you've probably seen in a lot of other reviews. But obviously, we all know what the QX7 looks like, and this one is just upgraded. It's got the Hall effect gimbals. I believe it just comes with the LiPo, or sorry, the nickel metal hydride battery in the bottom, and you got the grips on the side here, and also the carbon fiber look. This is just like, I'm not exactly sure what this is, but it's not hydro dipped, and it's like some sort of a laminate, perhaps. It's not carbon fiber, it just looks like carbon fiber. But yeah, I'll have a full video review on this on my channel coming up pretty soon, and you'll get a closer look at the radio in that video. But just give you like a sneak peek at what this looks like now.